Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do a day in the life. We are really gearing up for back to school. We've been doing some stuff throughout the summer. We've been continuing with our reading and our math lessons because we never finished our curriculum from math. So I'm like, let's just slowly do this throughout the summer. So I'd say on average, 1 to 2 days a week we're doing it. Some weeks we don't touch anything. Some weeks we feel like we're actually doing school for a decent chunk of time. So it's been kind of all over the place, but that's just summer. I'm kind of ready for a routine to get back into the swing of things. Let me know if you guys are kind of ready for the school year to start and just get that structure back into your day. Both myself and the kids, we kind of all thrive with some structure. So I think we're all looking forward to it, to be honest. But the summer has been super fun. We've been outside swimming every single week. We've been to the river a bunch and it's just been a really fun time. Speaking of summer and homeschool, today's video is sponsored by Night Zookeeper. It is a program that the girls have been playing for the past 3 to 4 months and are obsessed with it. So we have little Chromebooks that they use. Actually, June likes to play it on our desktop, but you can play it on any type of computer. And it is a program that really helps kind of hone in with reading skills, writing skills, and spelling. And it feels like a game. So they are begging to play this all the time. Typically what we do is we wake up, we have breakfast, we kind of hang out outside, play with the chickens, and then when we're coming in, they always ask to play Night Zookeeper. So right now they're in there playing that while Owen is coloring. He loves to color. And it's a really nice way for if I need to get something done, because you guys homeschool, you know that there's really no break in your day. You're with your kids 24/7. So this is a nice way to get some positive screen time. I know they can play this independently. It feels like just an absolute fun game, computer game for them. And I know that they're learning. This is geared for children ages 6 to 12. So if you have kids in that age range, this would be perfect for you to add into your routine. You can get a little moment by yourself to get something done while they are playing independently and just really honing in on those language arts skills, reading, writing, and spelling. But they're having so much fun doing it. They're enhancing their creativity, and it's really just a win-win for everyone. I highly recommend you guys check this out. The girls rave about this all the time. So Night Zookeeper offers you all 7 days for free. If you guys want to try it out, you'll get a free 7-day trial along with over 50% off the annual subscription. I'll have all the information down below. Check it out. All right, so Owen's in here coloring. Violet, what are you doing right now on it?
I'm trying to collect the animal on the Zookeeper.
Okay, she's collecting an animal.
Opposite of icy.
Okay, what are you doing over here, June?
Icy. Hot, cold, or dirt? Dirt. No, it's cold. Hot, not dirt. Dirt's not the opposite of icy.
Did you make that character?
Yeah,
That's
I
cute.
drew it.
Dressed without really thinking about it and realized I put on a shirt that says France and the Olympics are currently on, and how dare I? So I think I might change right now because not okay. Okay, I changed into a blue and white striped shirt. I think this is better. I've got this necklace on from Miranda Fry, and I have 2 of the charms on. I stacked them. I love that together. It's the Starburst one and the cross. I've been wearing that all the time lately. I have this belt. Actually, I'm not sure where this is from, but this belt is from Amazon. These shorts are from H&M, and I unrolled them one bit because they were a little too short on me, so unrolling them a little bit helps out a one egg today, but I'm gonna go check outside and see if there's any more. We also got our first cucumber yesterday, and we've been getting a few tomatoes, which is very exciting. Okay, they're all down, so I won't be disturbing any. They always lay on this side. Ooh, got one. Thank you, chickens. Ooh, thank you, chickies. I want your guys' opinion on this planter I have going on. It is not doing great. So I have the climbing rosemary looks the best. This is upright rosemary. This is looking just super sparse. And then this is oregano, and this is not looking good either. So am I overwatering it? Am I underwatering it? Is it too crammed? I'm wondering if I should just like take these two out and just keep this, or just this one out and replant this somewhere. I need my gardeners to help me out right now. Salvia is doing so great. The trick with this is to prune it often. I mean, I think that's just the trick with any plant. But the bees absolutely love this. We moved a couple of these African daisies over here, and they're actually doing really well. But the ground cover that I planted is not. I think it's just too dry over here in the DG. But let's see, what else do we have going on? Our lantana came back, but not super big yet. And we also planted these African daisies over here. I mean, they're alive. They just haven't really done much. It's just been super hot, like 90s every single day. And the lavender is great. It was not looking good, so I pruned it back. And now it is like, I pruned off every single flower. And now it is alive and well. Here, all of our African daisies have died. Like, they're not dead, but all the flowers are. I was pruning all these. It literally took me hours to prune all these though. So I was like, I was looking up and it said you don't technically have to. So I'm just gonna leave it as is. Blueberry is doing okay. Just hot right now for it. And then next year we need to get a bigger cage for these tomatoes because these have just like taken over this plant, and we need to push the cage down deeper because it's just not stable. So the branches have kind of just gone lopsided now, but everything's starting to ripe, which is exciting. And then next year we're going to do a planter for all of our herbs because those just didn't do great this year. None of our beefsteak tomatoes have ripened yet. We're still waiting for those. We've gotten so many of those horned caterpillars on here, the tomato caterpillars, and we feed them to the chickens and they love them. It's so funny. Picked our first cucumber yesterday. Here's another one coming in right now. And then our squash is gigantic, but when I picked one of these squash, it was hollow. So I don't know what the deal is. Let me show you guys. There's a bunch growing right now. I don't know if I picked it too soon, but it looks kind of gross down there. Is that normal? Am I supposed to be pruning all of that away? So there's that. This was supposed to be zucchini and I got the wrong plant.
And guava juice, and we made a letter for you too. There's stickers on each cup.
Wow, this is quite the dish.
Mom.
Yeah.
Can we have gum? Here, I'll have some.
No gum, honey.
I'm grabbing.
Okay, I kind of lost count of what day I'm on. I think I'm on day 9, but this is looking better to me, right? I started with this and everybody told me not to because that was like not the best. Then I used, shoot, it's gone now, but it was just like an all-purpose flour. Now I'm using this Bob's Red Mill unbleached bread flour. So that's what we're gonna go with right now. I got a few of them down here. Time for some laundry. thinking it would be a good thing for me to do this coming school year is when I'm wanting to sit down and work with Owen on things that I can have the girls do night zookeeper, so they'll be occupied and then I can do work with Owen independently. I'm gonna try to work with all of them actually more solo this year. With the girls, it's easier to like knock subjects out together, but I've realized they do better if I'm helping them one-on-one. So we're gonna see how it goes, but I'm gonna try to be a little more intentional about like sitting down with them and doing things solo, but I know that's much easier said than done. Salad. So I've got 1 can of tuna in here. I'm trying to up my protein, so tuna has a ton of protein. I have some celery and onion that I have pre-cut up this week. Some golden raisins I love in my tuna salad. And then some type of nuts. So right now I've got candied pecans, and I mean, it's better if you chop these up, but I've just been breaking them up. And that's fine too. I like walnuts, pecans are good. Sometimes I've used pistachios if I didn't have anything else on hand. But they add a really nice crunch and texture. Then some pepper. And just a tiny salt. I feel like it's already kind of salty enough. Mix it up. And sometimes I'll just eat this like with a fork. But I also like to use some crackers just to get a little carbs to fill me up. So these are the savory squares from Trader Joe's. They're really good. I have a few left. We got our 3rd egg of the day. Our chickens are all stars. Okay, so since the kids are all in quiet time right now, I thought we could just chat about quiet time in general, because I feel like I talk about this a lot with my friends, like my personal life. So let's go back to when the girls were little. Having twins right off the bat, I think kind of really made me crave some structure and order in our lives. I think structure is the theme of today's vlog, but it kind of helped keep me sane. And I think a lot of moms of twins can attest to this. Like, you find early on that you really need to have some type of schedule, or else it just feels like you're barely surviving. So once our girls really got into a system of napping on schedule, like, I just felt so much better because I knew what to expect. I knew what was coming. And then when Owen came along, I was already in that routine. And so we kind of just kept doing the same thing. And what I found about quiet time was that it was just as beneficial for the kids as it was for myself and for Andrew when he's home when it's during quiet time. It gives us all just a reset. Usually it's around between 12 and 2 is when we start our quiet time. So I'd say on average, like 1 o'clock, it's time we go upstairs for our quiet time. And this has to be solo time, we say to the kids, because the girls are so inseparable, which is so cute and great, but it's nice for them to get some time by themselves. I think too, as a twin, you're constantly together. So I think it's really good for them to have some alone time to just think without anybody else interfering. And it gives them time. The girls will read first. I'll have them set their timers for like 30 minutes to read, and then they can do whatever they want in the room. They'll draw, they'll color, they'll sing songs, and they get super creative. Sometimes they'll even nap if they're really tired, if we've had a busy morning. And then Owen still naps. Actually, he probably naps half the week he doesn't, but a lot of the times now he'll go up in his room and he'll be playing with Legos and playing, and then all of a sudden it'll get quiet and I'm like, I think he fell asleep, and he will be out for 2 to 3 hours. Like, he will nap hard. The one thing is, people always say like they were fine without having naps because then their kids go to bed earlier. Our kids still go to bed fairly early. They wake up around 6 to 6:30, I would say 6 to 7. 7 is like rare, but they go to bed. We start bedtime at like 6:45, and they're usually in bed by 7:30. So they still go to bed decently early, but having that routine just helps the kids know what to expect. Like, even when it's like 12 o'clock, or if it's like later than quiet time, they'll kind of be like, wait, what's happening? Are we not? Like, I think they really do like it. And it's also been nice for me too, because it gives me some time to kind of quiet my mind, especially with homeschooling. It's like our one time during the day where it's just quiet at home. So I can read, I can kind of collect my thoughts, I can do some organizing, I can kind of get things in order, light housework. I don't do heavy housework during quiet time. That we do in the mornings, or even after quiet time, like I'll pick up a bunch of stuff, but it kind of is just time where I can, be alone, and it's nice and quiet for a little bit of time. I'll also usually have my lunch once they go to bed. Usually they'll have lunch beforehand and I'll have lunch a little later, so that I can just like sit and listen to a podcast while I'm eating or something like that. But I also wanted to encourage you guys too, if you are frustrated because maybe your kids aren't napping anymore. I think a lot of people just assume that my kids love to nap, and that's definitely not the case. It's not like they're begging to have quiet time. I have to like encourage it, or just like they know it's just what we do. Like Owen will be like, I don't want to nap. And I'm like, we're just having your quiet time for a little bit, and I don't make it like a huge deal, and I'll just make his room nice and dark. He has his music going, and it just calms him down. And it just like, you can tell, as the parent, you can tell when your child is tired, and usually he's tired and needs to nap, because if he doesn't nap, he's just like, woo, by the end of the day. But if he doesn't nap, then we like try to get him in bed by 7, because he's just exhausted by then. When he does have a long nap, like a 2 to 3 hour nap, then bedtime's a little later, like 7:30 to 8. But I would just say to keep trying with naps if you're wanting your kids to nap more. I just think they're so good for kids. I remember reading a statistic about naps. I think it was in a book I had when the girls were little. It was saying when they're younger and they're taking 2 naps a day, the first nap of the day is for emotional growth, and the second nap of the day is for physical growth. And I just thought that was so interesting, just showing like the benefits of sleep, especially for kids and like needing sleep. But even when the girls were little, I would like go to lengths as far as laying down on the ground until they fall asleep. But there have been like stages where naps have been harder or easier. But yeah, that's just what we do. Like we just know come 1 o'clock, it's quiet time. Sometimes it's an hour. Like for Owen, I have a little rise to wake alarm clock. I'll link it down below, but I have it on, I think it's like an hour and a half. It turns to green. So if he doesn't fall asleep, then at least he knows how long quiet time is, but usually he'll sleep past that. But typically for the girls, like it's an hour, and then sometimes they're up there longer playing, and I'll just let them play. And I'll be like, hey, you guys can come out of quiet time. But just wanted to kind of share that in case you guys were wondering. Is this the final lap? Oh, this is the relay. So they finish right there, and then the next person jumps in. I'm making myself a little protein shake because I'm hungry, but it's not quite dinner time. It's about 4:30. I'm gonna start cooking dinner for our family. The kids are watching We Sing Silly Songs. Do you guys remember that? They're watching the Marvelous Musical Mansion right now. Oh my gosh, just etched in my core memories of life. So I'm gonna have this right now, and I'm gonna get started on some dinner. All right, so here I'm making some mashed potatoes. The girls love mashed potatoes, but Owen does not for some reason because he loves French fries. So I'm making mashed potatoes and fries. So we had a lot of potatoes in different forms tonight for dinner. I'm just doing this with some chicken, just keeping it simple. Since we were going out of town shortly after this, I wanted to just like kind of use up what we had in the kitchen. Something that I'm trying to do more of while cooking is just putting things away. Like if there's dishes on the drying rack, putting those away and just picking up the kitchen while I go. And especially by the time the kids are in bed, because once they're in bed, the last thing I want to do is clean up. So a lot of the times what we'll do is after we eat, Andrew will take the kids outside to play, and then I'll finish cleaning up the kitchen so that once we go up for bedtime, like we come back downstairs and Andrew and I can watch TV together and everything is picked up and orderly, which is just so nice to wake up to in the morning. But yeah, that is going to be the end of today's Day in the Life vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you'd like to see next. I'm planning on doing a vlog sharing our curriculum that we're going to use for the year. For the girls, they'll be in 2nd grade. Owen is technically kindergarten. He is like a young kinder based on his birth month. So we are kind of thinking we'll just repeat kindergarten twice, but we'll just continue with our curriculum like throughout and just take it at his pace. But yeah, let me know if you want to see all the stuff that we're using this year and anything else. So that's going to be it for today. I will see you guys. Oh, and also my starter is looking good. I think I'm ready to bake my bread, my first loaf soon. So that'll be up shortly. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.